All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another video. All right, y'all, I had to do another video on this one, talking about this fight a little bit more, man, because I just got to say, shout out to both of these ladies, man, Sandy Ryan and Mikaela Mayer. I know they had a lot of beef going on outside of the ring, but they let it translate into the ring. They came and put on a good performance. It wasn't just all talk, like there was drama and beef outside of the boxing ring, but when they came in there, they delivered for the fans. This was a good main event. This was definitely a good representation of, boxing period. I wasn't gonna say just women's boxing, but no, these two, they came to put on the fight. They weren't being tentative. They weren't holding back. You could tell these two didn't really like each other. At the same time, they wanted to showcase their skill sets here. Mikaela Mayer, in the past, she's definitely been a fighter that's always showed that heart and heavy-handed style. Sandy Ryan, I think she has some good technique. She has good pressure and some power in her shots. So when I saw these two just get matched up, I was like, I think this is going to be a firefight. And that's what it was. I mean, right from the jump in this one, Mikaela Mayer, she was dictating the pace, fighting off the back foot. She looked good as far as, being at welterweight. But at the same time, she wasn't taking any crazy chances, just trying to bang right away. She was establishing her jab in the opening round. And she caught Sandy Ryan with a good right hand that kind of stunned her, kind of caught her off guard. And I was like, oh, man, this is about to be a fight here. So Sandy Ryan, she took the shot well. But, as the rounds went on in the first half, Mikaela Mayer was just doing a good job of letting her hands go. She was just doing a good job of, turning a good angle. But at the same time, following her jab up with good power shots to get Sandy Ryan's respect. And that's how she built that early lead, I believe, in the scorecards here. Like I said, in my other video, I do believe that Sandy Ryan edged out the fight. I think the champ did enough to win the fight, but I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. I just think that Mikaela Mayer, she did smart as far as, winning the judges over. The first few rounds, she was controlling, just landing good body shots and, getting off the better power shots early in that first half of the fight. I know the last half matters, but Sandy Ryan was doing a lot of following. She wasn't really cutting the ring off early. But Sandy Ryan did do a good job. I think it was like the third or fourth round of establishing her left hook. Finally, when she started cutting the boxing ring off, she caught Mikaela Mayer a couple of times, and I believe she stunned Mikaela a couple of times in this fight. She did stun her as well. They both kind of like surprised each other with their power shots, and that's why I was saying, like, maybe if like Sandy Ryan had followed up with more like a jab, she was just double, triple jabbing maybe to Mikaela Mayer's body and slow her down and go into the head, she probably could have hurt Mikaela a little bit more and maybe did some more damage. Her style to me was kind of reminding me of Winky Wright, where she was just kind of coming forward and throwing these power shots, but she was launching a lot of power shots, but she wasn't really like throwing a good jab behind it. She wasn't throwing that jab early to knock Mikaela Mayer off balance. That's why Mikaela was just circling and letting her combinations go. I will say that, her trainers, Mikaela Mayer, even her former trainer, they did really school her on setting her feet and placing some really nice punches. She was doing that in the first half, but the pace started to change in round 6 and on. I thought Sandy Ryan kind of got into her groove, and this is where she started closing that distance more, and her right hand started landing. She landed some good right hands on Mikaela Mayer in this fight. Like, there was a couple times when Mikaela Mayer looked like she didn't know what hit her, but she stayed in the fight. I will give Mikaela Mayer that. Like, Mikaela showed a good chin. Like, she took some bombs in, like, I believe it was 7 and 8, where they were just consecutive right hands. Like, Sandy Ryan was just flicking the jab out, then boom, 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 catch her with the right hand. And Mikaela Mayer somehow would just circle out or, clinch up, and they would just kind of hold. And she would just kind of recover there. So, yeah, man, these rounds, they were pretty exciting. There was some give and take, but I felt that Sandy Ryan edged it out from 6 on. I think that she did enough to win 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Maybe you could slide in another round there from Mikaela, but I thought that Sandy Ryan was, landing the better shots, the harder power punches, and landing some good bombs. It seemed like Mikaela did start to kind of get winded in 8 and 9. And after taking some shots, she kind of had to hold a little bit and just kind of go on the back foot. But she did keep throwing. I will say that. Like, the work rate might have went down, but she still kept throwing punches. Like, Mikaela never really was just in there holding or running for her life. Like, she would stop and throw. So there were some close moments. So if anything, If they had not swung at Sandy Ryan, I would have given the fight a draw. I would have, like the one judge did. I would have said, yeah, this fight was that good, and I think they both put that much effort into it. I would have made it a draw. So at most that, yeah. But good job on both fighters. This is Mikaela Mayer's first title at welterweight. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, she just moved up. Yeah, so yeah, she won the WBO belt at welterweight. Sandy Ryan has nothing to be ashamed of, I don't believe. I think maybe she could have added a little bit more, maybe some left hooks to the body and some more jabs. Yeah, she probably could have won the fight. But with this type of performance and with this solid main event, I think she deserves a rematch. I believe Mikaela Mayer owes her rematch, man. Sandy Ryan, gave her that much trouble, and with what she was doing, it still makes you question, like, okay, how will Mikaela Mayer do against Amanda Serrano or Katie Taylor at this point in her career? How will she do against those kind of movers and those volume punches? So I think that another fight which should be due, another main event, not just, for, giving her that rematch, but giving the fans what they want. I think these two, they got that chemistry, after that little crazy episode right before the fight where somebody threw a paint can at her. I thought that was stupid. That was insane, man. Like, they could have messed up the big payday for the fighter you trying to help, So hopefully they can move on from that, but hopefully they can also regroup and get back together for a rematch if Mikaela Mayer grants it. We'll see, guys. I don't know if it's in the contract or not, but yeah, definitely check this main event. This main event out. It was solid. Sadly, it was much better than the Alicia Baumgardner Pursoon fight. I mean, that was a great card too. It was all women's card, and I would say all the performances on that card were satisfactory. But the way the main event turned out, just no contest. So it didn't get to be a whole fight. And on top of that, I think this one had better promotion. This was ESPN, Bob Arum, and all that. So this one had better promotion and a better showing. So yeah, hopefully they can do this one again. But guys, check this one out if y'all haven't. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit that like button. I'm out. Peace.